Hello everyone, I'm Gary J. Russen. Welcome to a brand new addition to the GJRB family in the GJRB family of Gary Russen programs. This is the Gary Russen program.
Saturday Extra.
And hello everyone, hello everywhere across America. Welcome to the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra from the GJRB Spreaker studios. Got a great show lined up for you. I hope you'll stay with me for some great talk radio today. The Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra. As I said in the preview, unfortunately, Ben will not make it on the program today. We're not sure. He's not going to make it home in time. I want to thank you for calling me ahead of time. I really appreciate that, Ben. Thank you so much for calling me ahead on that one. Because then I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Anyway, he won't be on, so we can use that second hour, see what we can come up with in the second hour. You never know. A surprise guest, something could happen. Otherwise, we'll have our regular segments, and we'll do something fun. So hope you'll stay with me. Some music. We'll do 50 minutes of nonstop talking music. And we'll take a look back at top 10 from a certain year. You never know. From our scroll through social media. And we go through Facebook. Got a lot of really good stuff coming up your way, so keep it here. The Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra, starting right now.
All you have to do is go to Gary Russen on Skype, or just chat with Russen on GJRB Spreaker website by clicking the below icon on the GJRB widget. And now, the Gary Russen program,
Saturday Extra.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's what we're doing right now. The Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra, is underway from our GJRB Spreaker studios just above the Lion Shopping District in Clinton, Iowa. We got another great show this afternoon. It's another Saturday Extra. I hope you'll stay with me for some live radio at its best right here on Spreaker. Yeah, we got a lot of really good things to talk about, and you're welcome to be on the program. We got some really good fun stuff. But it's kind of an interesting couple of days this past week. A lot of interesting things going on. Protesting and the rioting continues in various parts of the country. And going to tell you, I was saying this yesterday, kind of tired of this garbage. With all this protesting is getting old. You know how it is. It's getting old. It's getting kind of tired of it, aren't you? I mean, it's kind of getting like to a point where you have to say to yourself, come on, big babies, go home and quit protesting. Go back home to mommy's basement and quit whining. You got to get what you want every time. You know what I'm saying? It's getting totally ridiculous. What is wrong with these kids? I'm telling you. Whine and cry. And that's why I laugh because we were talking about this the other day. There's a posting on Facebook shows the new monument for the United States of America. It's a great big giant, what do they call it? Babies use the quietum, pacifier. Yeah, couldn't think of it. Pacifier. Yep, a big, huge pacifier. And I'll tell you what, that's the symbol of our country, and that's sad. It really is. And that just shows the whiny crybabies that are occupying this country. It really is. It's just showing it. It's just amazing. Really is. And we'll talk about that this afternoon. Got other stuff to talk about today. I hope you'll stay with me. We got weather on the fives every half hour at 25 and 55 past. Going to talk a little bit about Sports Page. Talking a lot about Kaepernick. I was played that story yesterday. President Trump saying that Kaepernick, should he play more? Should he be able to go back and play football? Talk about that a little bit today. And a lot of other stuff, including the fact that the Mayans said the Mayans apparently made a mistake. They did. Apparently, this is 2012. Hey, I don't mind starting this show over again, this radio station over again. Why not? What the heck? Hey, I have a Spreaker studio console. Start all over again. 2012 again? Because, see, they screwed up in 2012 the first time, so they have to make up another 2012. This is what it is. They're not happy with the fact that the world didn't end when they said it was going to end. Because they think that they're correct in their theory that tomorrow is going to be it. That something's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be it. Well, I'm going to be on the air tomorrow. Tomorrow's Father's Day, but I'm going to go on the air anyway. Sometime tomorrow with that podcast. It's going to be about forget the world. Forget what the world. Let the world do what they're going to do. And let's concentrate on Jesus Christ. It's tomorrow. Because I think that, and Lori's going to join me on this, because we need to sit there for a minute and say, here, wait a minute. You guys are like off the beaten path. You just don't get it. Jesus Christ is the only one that's going to save us from this inhumane activity. He's the only one who's going to stop all this garbage. We need to trust him before we trust the man in the world, because they're going to tell us all kinds of stuff. And quite frankly, I don't, I get a point where, Ed's right. Ed Delgado, Caramel Conservative, start doing your own research, because what you see on the internet isn't always going to be the truth. It's just like your newspaper. It's like your television, your radio. I'm a DJ. I'm on the internet. I do all this stuff. I report what I see, but sometimes I don't always believe what I report. And I don't have time to do all the research. So I got that research guy sitting in the back there in Pennsylvania. His name is Ben. He brings me the news. He brings some truth to it. Unfortunately, he can't make it today, but maybe he'll. I told him, I said, I'm on the air till 6. So if you're home early, call. Because we can chat, because this is some really interesting stuff that we can chat about. I have my Facebook opened. I think I got it open, don't I? I believe I do. There it is, sitting there. Yeah, there it is. Haha. Okay, so I don't see Ben on the lineup. I have a lot of people in the chat room here on Facebook. Excuse me there. Mike Myers, Brian Harrison, Stephen, his son, Randy Cartes in here, Jimmy Purvis, Bill Edmondson. And these are people who might have a green light, but doesn't mean they're right by their computer. BJ McNamara. Yeah, BJ's in there, too. No, he isn't. He was on. Okay. Luis Parada, my good friend from the WQPT. Anthony Lynn Stoddard. All these are on there. My stepdaughter's sitting there. Let's see. Michael J. Martin. And a lot of other great people in the chat room. Peggy Krebs, all are in here. So let's see what we can get on here. Let's see how many people in the chat room will find our program and chime in. Because it's always glad when we get people in the chat room. And we do get a lot of people in the chat room. That one week, we had Ed Delgado. We had Hilaro. We had... Oh, yeah, it was a great show. BJ, I think, was even on that day for a bit. It was fabulous. That's the most people I had in my chat room on one show. Serious. It's just absolutely fabulous. I get people like that on one show. It's just absolutely incredible. And it doesn't happen very often. It doesn't. And unfortunately. But, oh well, like I said, whatever floats your boat, whatever gets your, don't matter to me. But I like it when we do get people in here. It just makes the show just that much more fun to do. Because there's people out there who are listening to the show, and when I start bringing up my news headlines and all that stuff that I have on here, and people join in. It's a hoot, it really is. And I get a lot of people in here, and it gets to be a really fabulous show then. So I'm hoping maybe that will be the case here, and we'll see some stories that we can get here. Let's see. I think Trump's rally is tonight. Pretty sure it is. I'm not sure, but he was saying yesterday that any looters, losers, I think he said losers, which you know, right? Any looters, any people who are going to deface property, any violators are not invited. Good man. And I'll tell you what, I'm worried about him tonight, because his Secret Service agents, I'm sure, have got to be busy tonight, keeping an eye on things. I mean, really. Because I would be scared to death if I was him coming out there into this protesting. He's going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma, by the way. 6 staff workers in today's news. So let's have some news. 6 staffers working on the President Trump's rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, have tested positive for coronavirus. The Trump campaign stated this today. First hours before the president is expected to arrive in the state, Trump campaign communication director Tim Murtaugh said in a statement that per safety protocol campaign staff are tested for COVID-19 before events. 6 members of the advance team tested positive out of 100 tested to perform, and quarantine procedures are immediately implemented. No COVID-19 positive staffers or anyone in immediate contact will be at today's rally, so it is tonight. And their near attendees are elected. The Trump campaign has already dismissed concerns about the ongoing pandemic, moving forward with the scheduling rally despite rising infection rates in Oklahoma. As of Saturday afternoon, Tulsa County reported most cases, 2,206 total, of any county in the state, according to the Oklahoma State Department of Health. The state recently reported its largest single-day increase in coronavirus cases since the start of the pandemic. So, how many staffers do you think he's going to be at his campaign rally tonight? You have to wonder about that. It's going to be interesting to see if there are going to be any trouble, too. I want to be tuned into that to see what's going on with that rally, because it's going to be quite interesting to see what's going to come about. I'm looking at seriously, we have a prayer campaign going here for the president to be safe tonight in Tulsa, because this is not going to be pretty. It looks like there could be some really big battles going on in that Tulsa rally. Should be interesting. Skipped this yesterday. Somehow I missed it. Lord of the Rings, star of Lord of the Rings, and I think it was the star of Lord of the Rings in Chariots of Fire has died. Ian Holm. He was a versatile British actor whose long career extended roles in Chariots of Fire and Lord of the Rings, has died at the age of 88. He died peacefully yesterday morning in a hospital surrounded by his family and care worker. His agent, Alex Irwin, stated that his illness was that of Parkinson's related. And Irwin went on to say, quote, his sparkling wit, always accomplished, a mischievous twinkle in his eye, charming kind of ferocious talent, we will miss him hugely, unquote. And I've seen Lord of the Rings, I think just clips. I've never really seen the full movie, but he's a fabulous actor, one of the best in the British realm. Absolutely fabulous actor. Lord of the Rings, Ian Holm died at the age of 88. We lived a long life. He lived a long life, so, you know, that's fabulous that, you know, we had, he was there, and absolutely excellent. All right, let's see what else we have here. I want to post around, see if there's anybody in there live, and I always do this during the show, talk and read news and, you know, post all over the place. By the way, want to let you know that you can catch our show anywhere on the internet, right here on Spreaker at www.spreaker.com. You can go to my, and I forgot to do that yesterday, post my link onto my Spreaker so you can check that out. That's my new website. It's on website.com. It's a real good website. It's the GJRB Online website. It's on website.com, GaryRussin.website2.me. You'll find all that information on our program. You see the link. Just click that link. It shows www.spreaker.com/user/5120525. You'll see that in yellow. Just click that. It'll take you right to the Spreaker public site. You can go into Twitter. I'm on live on Twitter. You can listen live on Twitter. I'm the Radio Maniac on Twitter. And you'll find our programming right there. You'll see the Antique Radio emblem. Just click that. It'll open up into a widget, and you can listen right there, plus all the other past GJRB programs. You can listen right there. And you can post and leave some messages there for me as well on my Twitter side. I am the Radio Maniac. Gary.Run on Skype does not work, as I said before, so you can't really catch our Skype on here because I have to upgrade to get my Skype back. But I still have my Messenger, so you can call me there if you're following me on Facebook. You can call me via Messenger and dial in, and I'll take your call on the air and we'll talk. You can also get on the course through the Twitter. You just click that balloon icon there. It'll take you right into my chat room. You can say hi via the Spreaker chat room. And we'll talk to you on the air and give you acknowledgement, let you know, and let me know what you said, and we'll answer you back on the air. That's how that works. So join me in the chat room when you get a chance. I know I'm skipping today. I'm skipping. Remember when I used to do that goal? Yeah, skip. Remember that? Oh, man, that was... You have to look at that. Why, wasn't that kind of like a retarded thing to do? I'm sorry. I don't just say retarded. I should say kind of goofy thing to do. Let's put it that way. But anyhow, we got all kinds of interesting things to talk about today, so I hope you'll stay with me throughout the afternoon. The Gary Russin program, Saturday Extra, and you can call me, like I said before. I'm also available on Spotify. You can catch me on Spotify, on Google Podcast, and I'm also on Podchaser. Okay, so you can catch me on Podchaser. And listen to that over there as well. Podchaser. And you'll find all our programs there. And join me live. And we can talk and have some fun on the radio on a Saturday afternoon with the Gary Russin program, Saturday Extra on GJRB Online. Also, for people, I link over to MeWe, so that you can catch me on MeWe. That is MEWE. MeWe. Okay, it's pretty good. It's a neat site. And it's a free speech social site. And now that means that it's free speech. They won't put you in any kind of jail. They won't condemn you for making your opinion known. That's what I like about it. It's MeWe. MEWE. And it's a free speech social site here on the internet. And it's available so that you can leave your opinion and no one will condemn you for it. You know, no one will put you in a Facebook jail. There is no MeWe jail. So I'll let you know that. No MeWe jail for speaking your opinion. And you can go right in there and leave them, you know, just do that. And, you'll find out that we have a good program here, and you're welcome to join me here on GJRB Online. I'm Gary J. Russen. Hope you're enjoying the program, wherever you're listening across America. And we'll have some more news. I got a few more interesting stories I want to bring across to you here. So we're going to do that. Let's see here. We're going to go down here. See what else stories we got. There's talk of another second stimulus. I've been hearing things about it on and off about that, but I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of leaving teetering on, are we or aren't we not going to get one? And let's see, we have, lately it's been a very interesting week, or the past couple of days anyway. Here in Iowa, there has been 2 bears spotted. As a matter of fact, I know that recently there was one spotted in nearby DeWitt. Now, I don't know. There's been some areas out in the country areas, like toward Jackson County and all that. My friends have informed me they've seen there's been some bears spotted around. Macogata, and right around Jackson County, Spragueville, and all that. So if you're in those rural areas listening to this, please watch out for that. Because that's, I wouldn't want to run into that bear. Yeah, bear spotted. We'll talk about that. Iowa DNR spotted some bears. So we'll have that story coming up. And let's see what other stuff. We'll have weather on the 5s coming up here in just a few minutes. And we'll take our first break. And come back. I've got some more interesting stuff that we're going to talk about. Got a really good show today. I'm really hoping everybody will join me. I already posted on a few places already. And I hope that you'll check those out. That is Meet the Spreakers, Spreaker Tavern, and GJRB Online. And I'm going to go over to my other page over on MeWe and post there, so that you can catch the show over there. And like I said, you can catch our show on Spotify, Google Podcast, Podchaser, and those are some of the places you can find us. So, and of course, on Twitter, I'm the Radio Maniac. You see the Antique Radio emblem there, and down below that, you see that little widget with a little arrow on it. That little play symbol, just click that, opens up into a widget. You can listen to the show right there. And pretty soon I'm going to be working on getting our show streamed on my website. It's my website.com website. GaryRussen.website, website2.me. And you'll find all the programs there too as well. So you can catch the program whenever you can here on GJRB Online on a Saturday or any day we're on the air. Like I said, you never know when you're going to hear a GJRB program. So watch for postings on the GJRB website. And also on the Spreaker public site and on Facebook, Twitter, and MeWe, and also on Pinterest. I'm going to clean my Pinterest page. I got so much on there that I need to get rid of. My Pinterest page is crowded. So I really haven't cleaned it out the past couple of days. So it does need a dire need of cleaning. So I'm going to have to clean out my page. It's been kind of on the messy side. A lot of stuff that needs to be taken off. It's old. Going back to, I think, last Christmas. So I got to take them off. But anyway, we're going to be taking a look at the weather here with weather on the 5s. So let's do that right now.
Now, a nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's weather on the 5s.
All right, let's take a look at what we got in weather on the 5s. Scattered strong, severe thunderstorms are expected to produce hail and damaging winds, and locally heavy rain across the southern high plains. There's also heavy rain and localized flash flooding concerns possible in the Midwest and Mid-Atlantic and portions of Florida. There's also fire weather threats persisting over New Mexico. So that is, they're watching a lot of that, and we'll keep an eye on that weather for you with Weather Nation next hour. Weather Nation bringing you our weather. You can find Weather Nation by getting on your Roku box, or if you have that available on your cable, that's Weather Nation. Weather on the 5s, 25 and 55 past the hour, or any time in the hour that ends in 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, or 55 past the hour here on GJRB. All right. Okay, we're going to be getting some more good stuff coming up. I got a lot of really interesting things coming up in this next few moments. We got a lot of really interesting stories that I want to bring across to you. Some of the interesting stuff that I have aboard for you to check out. And we're gonna have some fun today. So I hope you'll stay with me live here on Spreaker, on GJRB Online. And you're welcome to, like I said, join the program and be part of the show. Because we have a lot of really good stuff for you today. Being a part of the program is what's fun about this show anyhow. Even if we don't get listeners and we don't get people tuned in, and that's part of the that's par for the course, if I always say, because in radio that's what it is. People tune in and tune out all the time, and not everybody listens at a specific time. So that's how that goes, and that's okay. So be it. I just love doing radio anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I wanted to talk a lot about some interesting news stories that we've got coming up, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. Also, we're going to leave it up to you, the listening audience, to get involved in the program coming up after the break. And let's see, next hour we'll do a 50 minutes of nonstop continuous talk and music in the next hour. That's what we just leave it open, and no breaks, and gives you a chance to call in the program, because like I said before, when I do a talk show, sometimes when I have a guest on, I skip weather. I'll skip weather, because why do I need to do sports or any weather or any news? In this case, why should I do news when we've already heard it? That's all it is. But anyway, or promo breaks, because I don't get paid to run those spots. I run them because it gives me a break. So. Coming up in just a little bit, stay tuned. We got more coming up on the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra. We're going to talk more about this Mayan calendar thing. Really the end of the world tomorrow? I don't think so. I just call their bluff on this one. I'm going to be on the air live to prove it. So stay tuned for that one. We'll also talk about more on this cereal stuff and the syrup and all this other stuff, and Aunt Jemima. Relatives of Aunt Jemima aren't pleased with this change. We'll talk a lot about that more and all that coming up as we continue the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra, in just a few minutes on the GJRB Online Network. Economic collapse, wars, pests, Israel. When they say peace, thing cometh. Sudden destruction. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. End time headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org. Recently, the owner of Facebook had to face Congress over personal information on Facebook users. In addition, users were saying that their postings were being deleted. Getting sick and tired of your censorship and your data being used without your permission? Do something about it now. Come to MeWe, the internet social site that values your freedom. No more deleted postings. Make a step to freedom. Sign up today. It's easy. Go to www.MeWe.com. That's M-E-W-E. MeWe, the internet's free speech social site. Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radioland. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radioland. End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end-time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Recorded Thursday mornings and uploaded to go public at 12 o'clock noon Central and played every third Friday live at 1 p.m. Central on GJRB. Coast to coast and way out there, fans, listen up! If you like UFO conspiracies, ghosts, and the paranormal, you'll love Spaced Out Radio, Spreaker's answer to Coast AM, with more interesting guest experts in the paranormal and UFOs each month. If you like Way Out There, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Own the night with Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott, nightly at 11 p.m. Central, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern, and 9 p.m. Pacific, on Spreaker, on Periscope, and on D-Talk Radio Network. This is the station from North Clinton, giving you the best in music variety on the nation's top podcast platform, the greatest platform on the planet, Spreaker. This is GJRB Online, the GJRB Online Network. Recently, the owner of Facebook had to face Congress over... All right, stop that. Okay, stop that. Okay, here we go. And my next promo break was about to start playing. I had to shut off my auto DJ and make sure I do that. Anyway, welcome back to the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra on GJRB Online here on Spreaker across the USA on a beautiful sunny day here in Clinton. They said it was going to rain today. So, where's the rain? Anyway, shouldn't complain because it's a nice day. Sunshine today and our current temperature right now about 83 degrees from the GJRB Spreaker studios. And I hope you'll stay with me this afternoon for the Gary Russell program, Saturday Extra. We got some interesting program, and you're welcome to join in. Usually, sometimes we get some people in here early, like Ed Delgado, the Caramel Conservative. Let's hope he can join us. We usually have a lot of other ones in here. Last Saturday, we had a great interview with Mike Myers of the Radio Hope Network, and it was really fun. Gotta tell you, it's been kind of an interesting day today. Hope you enjoy it. We've got lots of real interesting stuff going on here. Let's see, I'm going down the page here, see if we can find some postings. So while I'm thinking about it, why don't we do this? Let's do that scroll.
Let's scroll through social media.
That means we go through Facebook, Twitter, MeWe, all those social sites. And we find people on here that and talk on the air, interesting stuff. And MeWe is a great place to go. It's a brand new social site, like I said, it's all about free speech. It's all about, giving people, free opinion. You just don't, you don't have to worry about getting knocked off because you think this way or this way. You got that freedom to voice your opinion, and no one will throw you off. That's what's great about it. So check that out. MeWe, MEWE, the internet's free speech social site. And I already got that up. So let's see what results in that. Usually what I do is I post every hour. This way we get more people in here. I'm kind of scrolling through Facebook right now. Not some interesting stories. And but it's still good. Let's see here. We got some... my friend Brett Nowak, he's in Arlington Pet Hospital in Arlington, Virginia. It looks like this poor little dog got stung by a bee or a wasp. Oh my goodness. Well, I bet you that's not good for a little dog. Her nose looks strange, so I told her vet tech mommy that we are rushed to her for here, so it's probably a pet hospital. And I hope that that dog gets well, Brett. That's a nice, cute little dog there. It was a big dog. Big dog. Wow. Just imagine a dog getting stung by a bee. That's not good. Oh my. Let me see what else we can find up here. Let's see. We have other stuff here. Let's see. Okay. Remember, Ed Delgado is going to be heard right after we're done here on GJRB Online around 6 o'clock. No big band music on Memories 107.1, KMER, our other station on the 9-foot signal. But we will go to the last hour of Frank Sinatra at 9 o'clock on 107.1 after we get finished with our broadcast today. Okay, just to let you know about that. We will do that. But then we'll go back to regular schedule next week. But I'm trying to do different schedules all the time. Really. Well, they changed the plan. Oh, here we go. Anybody who remembers this area, a number of years back, there was a station in this area called Planet 93.5. They went off the air. Well, it looks like Planet's back. They're on 93.9 KQCJ. And you wonder why they want to launch this station. The new Planet 93.9 back in April. Well, radio stations do that sort of thing, right? Then they continue to call themselves new for another 2 or 3 years. Then no thanks. We built the planet to feel instantly comfortable in times, and it can be anything but. And if you're going to do things right, Planet 93.9 should be like we've always been here for you. Our goal is for you to listen and feel like someone finally recognizes your need for a playlist that isn't the same 250 songs over and over. I had to check the station out. They used to be playing at 93.5, and then that station changed over, and they became a sports station for quite a long time. 93.5. They were using KJOC as their FM signal, and they changed their format. And then a 93.9, which comes out of Kewanee, which I almost worked at that station when it was WYEC. The program director there went over to Rochelle, Illinois, a country station there. He's a good friend of mine. His name's Chris Wexell. And a fabulous guy. He's a great program director. He would have almost been my boss. Absolutely fabulous radio station he's running there in Rochelle, Illinois. And big shout out to him, by the way. So big shout out to Chris Wexell. And a big howdy to you. He has a great station out there in Illinois. Rochelle, Illinois. And that's called the Coyote 102.3. So a big shout out to those guys over there at the Coyote. Hope you're having a good day today. Let's see what else we can find here. We've got some more stories. Eskimo pie ice cream to change derogatory name. Here we go again. Here we go again. Check this out. This is right. Eskimo pie. It's offensive. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's check this out. Derogatory name. Oh, my goodness. Dreyer's Grand ice cream owner of Eskimo Pie told Reuters on Friday that the business has been under review and they recognize the term of derogatory. This doesn't stop. Let's see. Alyssa Bell Marquise, head of the marketing at Dreyer's Grand, said in a statement, quote, "We are committed to being a part of the solution on racial equality and recognize the term of derogatory," unquote. Yeah. This move is part of a larger review to ensure that our company and its brands reflect our people's values. Eskimo Pie is just the latest brand that will undergo a major change as the national narrative continues to focus on protest and racial justice. So all they're doing is bowing down. All they're doing is selling out. Again, this is how it keeps going. I'm telling you, this is just strip. Quaker Oats, the company behind Aunt Jemima brand syrup and breakfast foods, announced this week that they will rename their product in the scrape and scrap the iconic Aunt Jemima image, determining the origins based on racial stereotype. And this woman who was on the picture as Aunt Jemima was a very successful woman. She was a very successful woman. She was a storyteller at the time, and she was a pitch woman for the product. She created, I think, a lot of the recipes for the pancakes, served them, and they told her to serve them in the garment that she was wearing. This is in the late 1800s, folks. 100 years ago. Well over 100 years ago. And now, it's offensive. It's offensive. Imagine that. Doesn't it just blow your mind how this keeps on going? Anyway, the Quaker Oats and new packaging will begin to appear in the fall. A new name for the foods will be announced at a later date. NBC reported that the company, quote, "The company has announced it will donate at least $5 million over the next 5 years to create a meaningful, ongoing support and engage in the black community," unquote. The purge of Aunt Jemima comes as a wave of municipalities across the United States are removing historical monuments for similar complaints of racial insensitivity. Crowds of the protesters have been defacing, even in destroying statues and unstable figures of the Civil War. Look at that. You know, even George Washington was torn down. I mean, come on. When does this stop, people? Like I said, you cannot erase history by tearing down a statue. It just doesn't work that way. I mean, it does not work that way. I mean, we got to grow up. It's just like the presidential campaign. And I wish, I always said that Ben Carson should have never dropped out. I liked him. I really was hoping he would have become president. I was planning on voting for him. Because this man, look how different this country would have been if Ben Carson would have been president to start off with. I'm not saying against Trump, but Ben Carson. Because he would have not let all this protesting happen. He would have not let this happen. It just wouldn't have never even occurred. In 2016, when he would have been president, this would have never occurred. Like I said, I hope President Trump's going to be safe tonight in that rally in Oklahoma City, in Tulsa. Not Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Oklahoma. I really, really hope that he's going to be safe. because a lot of his staff are undergoing tested positive for COVID-19. So it's going to wonder how that's all going to turn out in the long run. I mean, really, when you really think about it, his staff is going to be down quite a bit tonight in Tulsa. So I'm wondering, seriously, you're welcome to put in your comments in there, because it's going to be quite interesting to see what's going to become of that. Really. Okay, you're listening to the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra on GJRB Online. Saturday afternoon program, which is somewhat semi-popular. That's why I've been keeping it on every Saturday as a consistent program to get audience, because someone told me a while back that the reason why I'm not getting audience is because my programs aren't consistently on regularly. So I took this show and did a Saturday afternoon every week to have one consistent show on every week. One consistent show on every week. Now, there's a lot of people on opposite me that probably are going to get audience. I know one for sure that I know is on quite a bit opposite me. That's Bob Huber. But, like I said before, I mean, there's another Cheryl Rose who was a guest on somebody else's show today. And like I said before, there's a lot of podcasters on at the same time I am. So the guarantee of getting anybody in my chat room is slim to none, because there's a lot of programs to choose from at this hour on a Saturday afternoon. But I'm hoping that you choose this one, because we have a good time doing this program. We like to talk to folks, And I know I take program breaks because I need to. I gotta rest my voice. I mean, I talk for a half hour at a time, so I need that break. I do need that break to give my voice a break. So I usually will take that every 30-minute promo break. And a hard break to rest my voice. And if there's things I got to do while I'm on the air, and I have to leave my post for a little bit, I have a hard break running. And then come back on the air. Let's see what else we got here. Brian Harrison, a big shout out to him today. Israel announces antibody that neutralizes coronavirus. That should be an interesting one. We'll have that one coming up. That's a good one. And let's see, what else do we have here? I want to go down the page a little bit. So now, here we go. The rioters are now turning to bank robbery. What? Yeah. It's getting to a point now where they're going to go and break into a bank. Got that coming up. Wow, what is wrong with people? Good freaking grief. What is up with this? Play that one, and we'll have that in the story lineup. Let's see what else we have here. Got another one here. Columbus statue to be removed from the California state capitol. Wayne S. Pierce posts that. Tearing down statues. I'm offended by this. And I say blank, S-H-I-T. Knock it off. I'm with you, Wayne. I am with you, buddy, on that one. You want to listen to a guy that has a great commentary? I'm telling you, I don't know when he's on. He's usually on just about every day, either on Spreaker here, on Spreaker, or on Facebook. So follow Wayne S. Pierce. Has a great commentary. I was on his show. I was on his chat room the other day, Tuesday. He had a great commentary. I mean, this is another guy I think I'm going to add to our Spreaker FM lineup, and hoping that I can get permission to rebroadcast some of his podcasts, because they're very good. Absolutely incredible. And he said exactly what I said before. What is wrong? And I heard something last night. This was during last night's last hour of Spaced Out Radio last night with Dave Scott. He talked about another story where Columbus, Ohio, and their mayor, I believe it is, decided they want to change the name of the city. I'm going to try to see if I can find that story. Decided to change the name of the city. I'll look on his website because that one is hysterical. Columbus, Ohio wants to drop the name of the city. It's like, come on, you got to be kidding me. This has got to stop, people. What is so offensive about Columbus? He discovered freaking America, for heaven's sakes. Jeez. Come on, get over yourselves. Oh, Austin City Limits is starting a radio station. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see. I want to go further down that ways. Bob Huber wrote posting. So today I've decided to watch Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame back to back to make it a giant 6-hour movie. There's that Bob Huber. He loves his movies. I've been and I've seen them both, but never back to back. So this should be worth it. Okay, let's see. Go down the ways here a little bit. CBN News. In the midst of protests and riots following the death of George Floyd, one man was called by God to go into the chaos and document what he witnessed. Should be a good story. I'll put that in there for something. We'll see if we can put that in. And that'll be some of the stuff we'll talk about in the next hour here on GJRB Online. Gary Russen Program Saturday Extra here on GJRB Online. And if we don't get to those, we'll have another show this week. And we'll talk about some of those stories. And you're welcome to join me in on that. This week on GJRB Online, don't know what to say. First off, a happy anniversary going out. Happy anniversary shout out going to Tim McGo of the Church New Life Fellowship, having an anniversary today. Him and his wife. So big shout out to him on that. Let's go down the page a little bit more. Keith Bailey put, all this Chaz stuff. Here's another one. The Chaz stuff, the autonomous zone. New passing out rifles to protect territory. Oh, good. Kind of like the Old West. Let's see, further up down the line here. Wayne S. Pierce. Okay, let's see what else we got here. County Chamber of Commerce team up to distribute face masks in Pennsylvania, back home. Let's see what else we got here. There's cops quitting in droves. I've been hearing a lot of this now. There are some smart cops out there who are not standing for this stuff, and they're quitting in droves. There's a lot of cops dropping out who decided not to be cops anymore over this. And I got to give applause to those guys, because absolutely incredible when you think about it. These guys work hard to serve us and to protect us, and people don't appreciate it or don't want. Everybody's out to defund the police department. And these police officers are sick of it and they're quitting. Good job, guys. You're not going to fall. You're not going to bow down to the pressure, are you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm for you on that one, man. Serious. Because I'll tell you what, I wouldn't bow down to the pressure. I wouldn't. Because I'll tell you what, you guys work hard to, okay. All right, sign in. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get this going here. So I wanted to do a kudos to those cops. Before we do that, let's do weather on the pod.
Nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's weather on the pod.
Okay, so we're going to go over to the, let's drop over to our good friends at Weather Underground. I usually go there, and I'm not ready for it yet. So once again, let's say kudos to those cops who are standing up and saying, I'm not putting up with this anymore. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can get this to work right again. Okay, let's see if we can get this to work. If I can get that to play, let's try it again. So, hey, wait. Okay. Not hearing it. Okay, why are we not hearing it? Where's the audio there? Okay, so for some reason my effects ain't playing. Where's the volume control on that? Okay. Have the volume up. Okay, let's try it again. Nope. Okay, for some reason. Oh yeah, let me see if we can play it over here. Okay, maybe it's not working. Alright, we'll see if we can get that. We'll do that later. We'll do a kudos to the cops here in a little bit. But right now, 71 degrees in Los Angeles, California, right now under cloudy skies. It's 82 degrees and partly cloudy in Des Moines, Iowa. Checking in Houston, Texas, 77 degrees. We got light rain there. And Houston, Texas, that's what it is, 77 light rain. Monteo, North Carolina, 69 degrees, checking in with rain. Omaha, Nebraska is 81 degrees and mostly cloudy. Salem, Massachusetts right now 89 degrees and fair. Dallas, Texas checking in 90 degrees and they're cloudy skies. They got some alerts in some of those areas. We'll check them out later. Lebanon, Tennessee is 91 degrees. Weather on the fives, 25 and 55 past the hour. Any time of the hour that ends in 5. 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, or 55 past the hour. Weather on the fives right here on GJRB Online. We'll check in with Weather on the Fives in another half hour with our good friends at Weather Nation. Weather on the Fives. Brought to you by MeWe.
Recently on Facebook, had the Facebook converse of personal information on Facebook users. In addition, users were saying that their postings were being deleted. Getting sick and tired of your censorship and your data being used without your permission? Do something about it now. Come to MeWe, the internet social site that values your freedom. No more deleted postings. Make a step to freedom. Sign up today. It's easy. Go to www.mewe.com. That's M-E-W-E. MeWe, the internet's free speech social site.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radioland. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radioland. End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Recorded Thursday mornings and uploaded to Go Public at 12 o'clock noon Central and played every third Friday live at 1 p.m. Central on GJRB.
Coast to coast and way out there, fans, listen up. If you like UFO conspiracies, ghosts, and the paranormal, you'll love Spaced Out Radio, Spreaker's answer to Coast AM, with more interesting guest experts in the paranormal and UFOs each month. If you like Way Out There, you'll love Spaced Out Radio. Own the night with Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott, nightly at 11 p.m. Central, 12 o'clock midnight Eastern, and 9 p.m. Pacific, on Spreaker, on Periscope, and on D-Talk Radio Network.
This is the station from North Clinton, giving you the best in music variety on the nation's top podcast platform, the greatest platform on the planet, Spreaker. This is GJRB Online, the GJRB Online Network. This is the GJRB Online Network. All right, top of the hour, 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific, and welcome to the second hour of the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra on GJRB and Clinton, Iowa, just along the Mississippi River. And we're just north of the main avenue, what used to be called Lyons a long, long, long time ago here in Clinton. And welcome to our show. We got the Gary Russen Program Saturday Extra. We're just above Lion Shopping District, just above that, around 28th Avenue North. And like Mike Myers, we are just across the street from a nursing home. And, this quite interesting how that is. But anyway, once again, kudos to those police officers who decided to quit. But that's got to be bad for a lot of people who need them for protection. But they're not going to stand for it. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to stand for it. Kudos, man. Okay, it's not playing. I wonder why my sound's not playing on here. I'm not getting it at all. And I have it pressed. I have it up here. Let's see, maybe I can try this. Try it again. Not playing at all. Son of a gun, what's wrong with this thing? I don't know. Not getting it, so I'm going to have to see if I can get some crowd noises on the computer. I know I have one, but we'll do another kudos later. Anyway, it's a little past 4 o'clock, and you got the Gary Russen Program Saturday Extra on GJRB Online here across America. I know why.
Tumbling through. This was the
Let's see. Why don't we
see that rain coming on down?
Let's cut out of Weather Nation for a minute.
Some heavier downpours.
Okay, let's try it now. I think it didn't work because I didn't have it up on the board. So kudos to those officers. Kudos. No. What is it? Can't get no sound from this puppy. No. I'm not getting anything through the board on this thing. And I wonder if it's connected. Yeah, it's good connected. And it is connected to the board. But I'm not getting any sound from it. I don't know. I'm going to have to do a little bit more rerouting with this console. Because I don't get no sound out of anything. So I'm going to have to find out what's up with that. Anyway, it was working yesterday. But apparently, for some apparent reason, I don't get no sound effects on my board on the my other console on my phone. The audio doesn't work. Anyway, so be it to that. We'll put it up on there. But meanwhile, let's get to the second hour stuff here on the Gary Russen Program Saturday Extra here on GJRB Online. Don't forget, we have Ed Delgado coming up at 6 o'clock here on GJRB. And then right after that, we're going to say goodbye. We'll be back on the air tomorrow, possibly with a show. I got uploaded church services tomorrow. The Clinton Church of Christ Church Sunday service from last Sunday will be up, and we'll have that one going public at 10:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Later on in the afternoon will be a special broadcast, though it's going to be a spontaneous, to keep practicing that spontaneous broadcast, like I said. And we're going to say, forget about what these people are doing. It's time to focus on Jesus Christ. Not worry about these people who are hate mongers. We don't need them anymore. We got Jesus Christ in our life. We don't need you fools, because you're the ones who are going to be paying the price. But remember, Jesus Christ died on the cross for that price that you're paying right now. Jesus died for that, for the damage that you're doing to all those statues. Jesus Christ died for you. Black Lives Matters. Jesus Christ died for you. BLM. Yeah, he died for you. So remember that. Antifa, Jesus Christ died for you. Just remember that. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see some more stories. And you're welcome to be in the show. I'm hoping maybe Ed Delgado will join us. I'm going to get a hold of... let's see if we can get some people on there. I don't know if I got Hilario Dilly on my favorites. Not really sure if I have him on my favorites. Might, not sure, but I could find out. And let's see here. We have audio up on the mic. I could bring that up, but I do not see where the audio is for my effects. My effects volume is got to be here somewhere. And I don't. Let me see. Okay. Plug in headphones to listen while microphone on or switch microphone off. Okay, maybe we don't need the microphone on. Maybe that'll work. Try it now. Yeah! There we go. So there you go. Alright, let's see if we can get that to work right now. Okay. Let's bring that up back on the board. Let me see here. Let me plug that in to the board here. We'll try that again. So again, kudos to those officers who quit, because they're not going to put up with this razzmatazz anymore, right? Yeah. It's not working now. Come on. Now the effects ain't working. Go figure. Okay. Let's see. It's not working. Here we go. Oh well, that's alright. Like I said before, I gotta check the sound quality on that thing to see what the heck is going on there. I have a short wireless cords. I do need new cords, no doubt about it. I've got to rewire that whole board and see what the heck's going on. I cannot get any sound out of it. Alright, well, that didn't work. Anyway, let's see what else we can find here. I'm going to go ahead and dump over now. It's past 4 o'clock, so I thought what we'll do is we'll go into Twitter. Let's see, I'm going to kind of leave this open just in case I do get a call. Look at that. And because that watch I have here doesn't, the backlight is not bright anymore, so I think the batteries are going on it. So I'm going to have to flip over to the other watch I have, because it'll have a brighter thing on it. But I've got to see how I can do that, even if I have to hang it somewhere. Anyhow, let's see. You're welcome to join the program. I know I sound kind of boring. That's probably why I don't get listeners, but, that's how that goes. Let's see. We have coming up. Let's see what we have coming up. I'm going to go ahead and go through my Twitter. That's what I was going to go into, Twitter, and see what's going on over there. See what we have as far as that's concerned, and then we'll kind of open up the other tab for Facebook, so we can leave that open for calls. You're welcome to join me in the program. Just join me by getting into my Facebook page, and you can do that. I gotta turn that down just a little bit on the board. Okay, there we go. All right, now what we're gonna do is see what we got in our second hour of the program, and join in and go into Twitter. It looks like Spreaker's got some new thing going on with promotions, but I don't know if I can afford to do that. I think you got to pay for that. I'd like to check it out. Meanwhile, Spotify. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Podchaser. There's the red button. You can see that Saturday Extra 6/20/2020. Today is 6/20/2020. Today is also the first day of summer. How about that? And they're saying that summer solstice, and they're saying that today is going to be the day when something is going to happen according to the Mayan calendar. They're saying that this is 2012 and not 2012. Yeah, and the end of the world is near. Here's a tweet from President Trump. D.C. police are not doing their job as they watch the statue be ripped down and burned. These people should be immediately arrested. The disgrace to our country. At Mayor Bowser. That's President Trump's tweet. And he's right. I like that one. What's that? And my president, he's underneath the floorboard. That's Joe Biden. Let's go down the page here. What's we got? Go back down over to the main homepage. See what we got here and what we got interesting here. Some stuff from Pittsburgh. And let's see. Breaking. Trump fires U.S. attorney in Manhattan after he defiantly refused to step down for his nominee. For a new nominee. Just the news, according to John Solomon. A federal prosecutor in New York City is going to resign as Trump names SEC chief. Okay, this is interesting. This is a new breaking story. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Yeah, President Trump has fired Jeffrey Berman. He's a U.S. attorney in Manhattan after a high-profile prosecutor refused to step aside for a new nominee. Attorney General William Barr announced this today. Barr sharply criticized Berman for his conduct Friday after a new nominee was named, saying that the prosecutor had chosen public spectacle over public service. The Attorney General stated, quote, because you are declared that you have no intention of resigning, I have asked the President to remove you as of today, and he has done so, unquote. Justice officials said that Berman told Deputy Audrey Strauss he would become the acting U.S. Attorney in Manhattan. Berman defiantly refused to step down on Friday after Barr announced that President Trump nominated a nominate Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Jay Clayton as his successor. Berman stated, is quoted as saying, I have not resigned, and I have no intention of resigning my position, to which I was appointed by the judges of the United States District Court for Southern District of New York. He goes on to say, I will step down when the presently appointed nominee is confirmed by the Senate. Until then, our investigations will move forward without delay or interruption. So he's defiantly refusing to step down. Power-hungry giant. Imagine that. He refuses to step down. Wow. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, folks? Your comments are welcome this afternoon. The Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. We'll be doing Weather Nation, Weather on the Fives. Play some music, and coming up after the hard break, we'll do 50 minutes total nonstop talking music here on GJRB Online. Give you a chance to get in on the show, and we'll post it again, see if we can get some more people out there to join the program. And get some people to listen to the program. We're live right now on Spreaker, and you can join in the show and be a part of the conversation. The Facebook is open to call in through our messenger, and you can be part of the program and join in the show. Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra on GJRB Online, and we're going to let you know some of the programs we got coming up next half hour. Some new ideas. I've been looking at my schedule, and I have highlighted some of the programs that are coming up on the GJRB program schedule. Positive Rock Show coming back. Music and Memories. These are some of the programs you might be hearing this week. Gary Russen program mid-edition. I'll be on Podbean. And then Smooth Easy Nights coming up. And then I'm looking at a brand new season up and coming with a rebroadcast of the original podcast of the pilot show. So that's coming up on GJRB Online, so tune in to emerging artists that we've been playing over the past couple of days and getting some of those new songs in there. And when we played that kind of matches what's going on. I think this song is quite appropriate. It's by Adrian J. Pratt. New song on our GJRB playlist. We'll put that on later. It's a good song. It's fabulous. It's called Prejudice. You're going to hear it on GJRB Online. So check that out. Really good stuff. And let's see. Well, I want to see. I got some notifications on there. I'm preface my remarks by saying LPFM. Somebody posting this about LPFM by a guy named Bob Sumock on I Love AM Radio. Postings. I'll preface my remarks by saying the LPFM I manage as far from perfect. I do try to monitor it for my abbreviations. When home, I have radios on 24/7 in my bedroom, bathroom, and den. Plus, I carry a transistor radio in my pocket. This guy's pretty good. With the disclaimer out of the way, I sit here on Saturday and other signals in town on our AM 790, translator 96.5, owned and operated by Voorhees College in Denmark, South Carolina. Right now, as many weekends and holidays, that station is transmitting dead air. Well, that's not good. It's either that or the two audio sources on top of each other. And in my opinion, schools should not be allowed near a radio station. If you are not a radio person, stay away from them. If you're not committed to properly running one, don't own one. To sum up my feelings about school-owned stations, I will quote Linus Van Pelt. Thanks for letting me vent. I feel much better. So he's kind of like saying that if you are a school radio station, you're unprofessional, don't do it. Well, I have to disagree partly with this guy. That's great training ground for people who are trying to get into broadcasting. If a school owns a radio station, and the reason why I even rolled at Blackhawk in Moline was the fact, and this wasn't a radio station, this was a television station, PBS. It's because of the fact that the school owned an operated station. Because it gives the students experience that they need to get a job in this business. Because you can't do it by theory alone. Just can't. It just doesn't work that way. You got to learn how to do radio or television, or even, it don't matter what it is. College broadcasting is a great place and a great training ground for radio. And here in the Quad Cities, we have KALA, St. Ambrose University, and their radio station is fabulous. They are the best for radio in this community as far as college-owned, because the students there run that station very well, and the program director is a good friend of mine, Dave Baker, who keeps everything pretty well balanced out. And he teaches the students, broadcasting and to do it correctly. So I say there's an exception to the rule. Anybody that wants to train students in the field of broadcasting, a college-owned radio station is the best avenue to take, because that is the learning ground. That's the ground. That's the learning ground to learn how to do radio. Is college broadcasting. I stand behind that 100%. You need college radio because it's a tool to teach the young ones, another generation, to keep this industry going. And that's radio broadcasting, because it's fabulous. We have weather on the fives coming up here on GJRB Online. Gary J. Russen with you on Spreaker across America. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for people in North Carolina right now. National Weather Service in Cumberland and Harrison counties. Is it Harris counties expiring until 5:45 p.m. Eastern, 4:45 Central Time, 5:45 Eastern. For North Carolina, they're under a severe thunderstorm warning right now in North Carolina. So just be aware of that. So if you're in North Carolina in that area, be aware you're under a severe thunderstorm warning. Some storms coming your way. Okay, just to let you know about that as we get into
Now, a nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's Weather on the Pod.
So let's take a look at the weather and take a look at some current temperatures around the nation. The hottest spot is Las Vegas, Nevada, 101 degrees right now in Las Vegas. 82 degrees in Salt Lake City, Utah, 85 in Denver, Colorado, 87 degrees in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 98 degrees in El Paso. Going further east, 87 degrees in Dallas, Texas at this time. 80 degrees in Little Rock, Arkansas. 92 degrees in Orlando, Florida at this time. And let's take a look. Washington, D.C. checking in 73. 76 in Baltimore. 82 in Raleigh. 90 degrees in Cincinnati. Tonight's lows dropping down to 56 degrees up in Seattle. 59 in Portland, Oregon. 59 degrees in Fargo. 57 degrees in Rapid City, South Dakota. And tomorrow it's going to be 90 degrees in Omaha, Nebraska, also in St. Louis, Missouri. 86 degrees in Washington, D.C., 84 in New York City. Down south, 93 in Jacksonville, Florida, 94 in Tampa, Florida. Let's take a look at Weather Nation.
Welcome back to Weather Nation. We continue to keep an eye on wildfire concerns and efforts to battle the blaze. What you're looking at below us, Steve, is a video of a bear that was actually in the East Canyon fire in southwestern Colorado. And subsequently, the bear was rescued. You can kind of see maybe it's some burn activity on his feet.
Yeah, this younger cub was rescued from the East Canyon fire that was in southwest Colorado earlier this week. Taped up and bandaged up the cub's and the young bear's paws, as you can see there, all four of them. And it looks like they put them in the water right there. So that's so nice to see. A little heartwarming story, and is expected to make a full recovery. The animal's kind of taking a second thought, but then, oh yes, these
right.
acres are filled with wildlife, and you have to consider that. Let's talk about the wildfires that we have ongoing, especially in Arizona. That one in Colorado is much smaller. But the real huge ones are happening in Arizona at the moment. We have nearly 175,000 acres that has been burned here in Maricopa County, Arizona, and the bushfire, 7% containment. That's the fifth largest in Arizona state recorded history that we know of. Fifth on the list right there. Cave Creek, another one. Wallow wildfire. That was the largest, more than 500,000 acres burned back in 2011. A couple of other ones also in Arizona that we're watching. The Bighorn Fire. We've been watching this for a couple of weeks now, north of Tucson, Arizona. That's almost at 50,000 acres, and then also on the high side of 50,000 acres. The Mangum Fire, north side of the Grand Canyon. From a weather standpoint, the winds continue to blow off the wildfire smoke, thick haze, and filtering that sunshine a little bit, and worse air quality. It's pushing off into eastern Arizona, east central Arizona, and into New Mexico. So the winds have shifted over the past 24 hours. They were pretty stark out of the southwest and pushing up into Colorado, but as you can see, they've kind of oozed down to the south. So this will impact east central Arizona and west central New Mexico with thicker wildfire smoke and haze over the next 12 to 24 hours. While the northern four corners clear the sky just up a little bit. As a result, air quality alerts have been issued for southern central New Mexico from Truth or Consequences, I-25 TRC down through Hatch, and also through Las Cruces and northwest of El Paso. Limit outdoor exposure if you're more sensitive to that. The long story short, from a weather perspective, is that we will continue to stay dry. This is the desert southwest. No big rainstorms coming in. Low relative humidities. We have been drier than average in parts of the brown shaded areas and yellow shaded areas over the last 30 days. And the wind has shifted and gotten a little bit lighter, which is good. However, it's very dry and the heat will return. So you'll notice that in Phoenix, Arizona, the high temperature continues to climb, which dries things out faster even more. And then if you get a gusty wind in the afternoon, that could help spread a wildfire. Same goes into New Mexico, Albuquerque, watch for that air quality. I mentioned the warm-up. Let's get you over to Discovery Bay, California, because I think folks are going to try to get to the water. We have had a little bit of June gloom at the California coast each morning, Joe.
Yeah, that's often the case, but you work your way inland and it's certainly a different story. Lots of sunshine expected and a lot of heat building across central California in the Central Valley as a big high pressure builds on in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way through next week. We are likely to see some major heat, and in fact, here's the latest. Between Monday and Friday, an excessive heat watch is in the mix. That means we are likely to see some extremely hot temperatures into the 100s. Bakersfield to Fresno, Modesto, Sacramento, up through Chico and Redding, and now extended into southwestern Oregon. Medford also under that excessive heat watch. Generally speaking, highs will be into the mid-90s, into some of the foothills locations, into the valley areas. We're likely to climb well into the 100s. Redding, in fact, is going to be quite hot. Notice the average high there in Northern California, 91 degrees at the north end of the Sacramento Valley. We are going to be close to 110 heading into Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday possibly, as we see those 100s in the mix. That'll be the case in the San Joaquin Valley as well. Near Bakersfield, California, 100 to 104 afternoon highs with overnight lows still on the hot side, some 70s, so little relief from that intense heat. And again, all across the southwestern states, we're going to see that heat expand into the desert southwest. Phoenix, even Albuquerque near 100 on Monday. Las Vegas near 110 on Tuesday and Wednesday. Even Grand Junction, Colorado nearing 100 degrees by the mid to latter part of the week as we see some intense heat. Now, here's the thing. By the end of the month, we're actually going to see some of this heat kind of focus onto the eastern side of the Four Corners and into the plains, while the Northwest actually has a fair chance of seeing some cooler conditions. So a little up and down, but the week ahead is going to be the hot week. And again, it expands all across the West. Grand Junction, Colorado looks to be the hottest Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Reno, Nevada, well above average, even pushing 100 by about Tuesday. I want to take you to Blacksburg, Virginia now, where it's not really about the heat, but there is some humidity. And Steve, a lot of scattered showers and storms have been plaguing this region for the last week or so.
And that said, it's nice to get a little bit of blue sky right there and sunshine, which is a welcome change. But in Southwest Virginia, in the greater Road Oak area, basically right next to the city there, that area along the Appalachians and Shenandoah region still at risk of some flooding because it's been so wet. This past 7 days, look at the rainfall we've observed. Tons of rain. There's been a fire hose coming off the Atlantic, and then this upper level low is still yielding a fair amount of thunderstorms this afternoon. Again, greater I-81 corridor from southwest Virginia into northwest North Carolina stretches up just west of Charlottesville, University of Virginia, up into Harrisonburg and just southwest of Winchester, with a flash flood watch that remains in effect for the rest of this afternoon. Because of this upper level low pressure system, we've been talking about it all week, and now it's the weekend and we're still talking about it. It has resulted in some flash flooding reports from Fayetteville through even heavy showers in Winston-Salem to the Virginia Beach area. The good news is these showers and thunderstorms will end about 9 o'clock tonight. A little bit of subpar news is that more showers and thunderstorms will pop up tomorrow, Father's Day. Silver lining around that, not as many tomorrow because the energy starts to lessen its grip on us. Speaking of heavy rain, yeah, we've had our fair share in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Huge amounts of rainfall. More storms to return. When and where next?
And there you go, Weather on the Fives for Weather Nation, brought to you by Weather Nation. You can catch Weather Nation on your cable box or your local cable community or on Roku. That's a fabulous place to get your weather. Or also on Pluto TV, Weather Nation, 24/7 weather information. And they're fabulous people. Weather Nation, bringing you your weather on the Fives right here on GJRB Online. Here on Spreaker across America, and we'll have another weather update. Take a look at what's going on in Clinton, Iowa, and around the area. That's coming up on our next Weather on the Fives at 25 past. We're going to have 50 minutes of nonstop talk and music and fun coming up next as we take after this break. So stay tuned for that. And when we come back from the hard break, we got some really good stuff coming up for you. I hope you'll stay with me. We'll be talking a lot about more about this craziness going on with the protesting, but we also have some interesting stories. The cops are quitting in droves. We're going to talk a little bit about a bank robbery that occurred during the rioting. Like they, have to do this. And, like I said, it kind of reminds me of that movie Network. We're going to talk about that. Movie Network. Remember that one? We'll talk about that one because I'm sure a lot of people will feel like doing that. Got that all coming up next. The Gary Russen program Saturday Extra continues in just moments.